What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can donate to the channel, go to OBF, the network, people. OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate it. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel? It's down there strolling below the screen. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building. Make sure you guys share the videos, man. It keeps the movement pushing. Welcome to the OBF, the network, people. Good morning, everybody, man. Hope everybody having a blessed morning, man. Listen, let's just get right into it, man. So, Bud Crawford was fighting some dude I ain't never heard of, and I'm gonna keep saying that. And this is the real reason why I'm not buying Bud fights. Listen, him or Canelo. Well, I took that back on Canelo because that was a good fight when he fought Magana, some shit like that. I forgot your name. My bad, brother. But I fucked up. That was a very good fight, actually, right? And at this point, I ain't mad at Canelo no more. I'm mad at the nigga that they keep telling me. They keep telling me he's pound for pound the best fighter in the world. In the world, Craig, and this nigga can't sell. I'm sorry, man. Bud Crawford, listen, Bud Crawford is a great fighter. I am not taking away the man's skills or no shit like that. Bud Crawford can fight. He can fight. And when one thing that I'm starting to notice about Bud Crawford is when he's in there with people that we expect him not to beat, he overperforms. Like I still think, I know there was some things wrong with Earl. I ain't gonna make the excuses. He beat Earl. But I don't know if he beats a healthy Earl Spence Jr. I'm just being honest about that. But he beat Earl. So when it came to beating Earl, he stepped up to the occasion. Give him his props. When it came to Sean Porter, he stepped up and beat Sean Porter. When he fought Kell Brooks was already broken up. Motherfuckers that we know that Bud Crawford pulls the stomp on, he makes the fights harder. But when the competition is on his level, and it's a 50-50 or something like that, or it's a great fight for him, he overdoes it. I mean, he does great shit, right? Listen, Bud Crawford can't sell, man. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to keep telling y'all that. Listen, I heard a lot of people say maybe it because, you know, his personality or some shit like that. Him and Earl Smith got the same type of personality. The same type of personality. Them niggas don't do a lot of talking. And when they do talk, they got like this low demeanor. That tone is low. It's like a low demeanor tone. They don't, you know what I mean? They ain't no rah-rah and they shit really like that. Unless you really piss them off and then they get to talking. Then they get to getting a lot more bass in their voice. But Earl and Terrence Crawford have the same type of personality. Then I heard some Terrence Crawford fans saying, hey, well, maybe it's the promoters. Maybe the promoters ain't promoting him well because when he was over at the PBC, he sold that fight. I mean, it didn't flop. Listen, two things about that fight with him and Earl Spence. First of all, Bud Crawford is a bad business person. And I keep continuing to say that. He cares more about himself than he cares about the sport. And it's nothing wrong about getting your money. Right? Bud Crawford talent is elite. Like he should be doing Canelo numbers. He should be doing Tank numbers by himself. He should be able to do that shit. He should be able to, that last fight he should have been able to do 400,000 or 500,000, 600,000-700,000 on his own. He should be able to do. Listen, the Frank Martin and Tank shit was between 400,000 and 500,000. That was mainly because of Tank. Tank can do 400, 500,000 by himself. 500,000 pay-per-views. He can do that. Canelo can do that. And they got elite talent. Terrence Crawford is up there with them. He's not like his talent for us, his skills. It's elite. The problem with Bud Crawford is, and people don't want to really recognize this shit. The reason I want, let me get back to why the PBC shit is actually not inaccurate, but it's not telling the whole full story with that. Listen, that fight supposed to have did $1 million plus. That shit's supposed to have been bigger than or came close to or bigger than Tank and Ryan Garcia. They fought in the same damn arena, fought in the same damn state. Listen, you know why the motherfucking fight didn't do over, like it did about 700,000, 800,000? You know why? Because Bud Crawford is out there. He's a bad businessman, and he out there being greedy, right? And slowed the fight up. He slowed the fight up. That fight was that fight supposed to happen before Tank and Ryan. I think if that fight would have happened before Tank and Ryan, it probably would have been bigger than Tanks and Ryan. Ryan and Tank fight probably wouldn't have been that big. But he fucked the bag up. He fucked the momentum up. And I listen, from that fight with him and Earl Spence and the way he whipped Earl's ass, listen, Terrence Crawford supposed to be on Tank and Canelo level of pay-per-views and him selling. He's supposed to be a superstar. He's not a superstar. He doesn't sell like one, so he's not one. Sorry to tell you. Yeah, you can fight, motherfucker, but you can't sell shit. So as much as that fight with him and Earl didn't flop, it actually kind of really did. Because of Bud. Business tactics, which he doesn't have any. He always fights up. So I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, well, he was over the PBC. That's so they promote better. Listen, we already know that already. But the thing is, Canelo can go around with all these other promoters and still sell. He never flops. He never, like, the promoters never saying they losing money when they fucking with Canelo. You ain't never hearing promoters say about Canelo, oh, we broke even. No, nigga. That is not happening with a Canelo fight. That is not happening with a Tank Day fight. Even though everybody like, well, Tank only sold 400, 500,000. Tank can do that. That's Tank. If Frank Martin was more of a bigger name, they probably would have sold with Bud and fucking Spence made off of pay-per-views. They probably have sold 700 million. I mean 100,000. If Frank was a bigger name. But he couldn't do that. They couldn't do that. But Tank still sold 400,000 or 500,000 on his own. And then on top of that, Tank, his gates. Come on, man. We're not even gonna do that. These motherfuckers had all this Eminem performing, and I'm gonna tell you something. I know they had to pay Eminem probably about $1 million just to come there to perform. I guarantee you that. To get Eminem to perform somewhere, you pay Eminem about $1 million. I can see how they lost money. No disrespect to him. I'm not paying Eminem to come perform. This ain't a fucking concert, nigga. This is a boxing match. And I understood what he was trying to do, but this is a boxing match, nigga. That shit was on till like two something in the morning. Fuck out of here. And I know LA time is different from a lot, our time and shit over the East Coast. I get that shit, in the Midwest and shit. I get it. But nah, man. Fuck all that, man. Not no motherfucker two something in the morning, man. We finally get a motherfucking the main event. I told you the co-main event was better than the main event. I knew that was gonna happen. But people don't listen to me. Bud Crawford, the reason he ain't a bigger star than the reason that he's not the pound for pound best, and the reason that to me, and he's not in the same realm of how we see a Canelo and a Tank, is because this nigga can't sell, and it's all his fault. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You can't keep blaming the promoters, bro. You got the little Saudi Arabia dude, whatever fuck type of dude, Saudi Arabia dude. This dude, he's willing to spend the money. You see, that shit was spectacular. I'm not gonna lie, the get up was good. I liked the set. I liked everything that happened. Even though I wasn't too fond of the Eminem performance, I didn't need to see that, but it was okay. I got what he was trying to do. That man pulled out all the stops for that goddamn fight. And Bud Crawford still lost them $10 million. What we talking about here, man? People, I didn't buy that fight. I told y'all I wasn't going to buy that fight. Just like I said I wasn't going to buy that Canelo fight. I'm not buying, listen. I'm giving Canelo a pass because Canelo can do whatever the fuck he want to do. And that last fight, I had to eat crow. That fight was a good goddamn fight. So I apologize to Canelo. I will be buying your next fight. Okay? Listen. I told you I'm not buying Bud Crawford fighting nobodies. I'm not doing that no more. First of all, he's way too far in his career to be fighting nobodies. When motherfuckers keep comparing him to Floyd Mayweather, stop that shit. Stop it. He's not on Floyd. I ain't even talking about the money shit. I'm talking about the competition that he's fighting. He's fighting nobodies. And I mean that shit. I don't give a fuck. People talking about, oh, the fighter, he was pretty good. No, he was not. He was not. He was just an awkward-ass fighter. Awkward European. That's all he was. Bud Crawford supposed to be an elite fighter. And we went 12 rounds of that bullshit? Nah, man. Oh, he moved up in weight. I ain't trying that shit. We ain't gonna get Earl Spence that motherfucking, that excuse if he go get his ass whipped by friend door. We ain't gonna, listen, we not trying to hear that shit. And listen, how much y'all want to bet? Let's put money on it. Unless they make Terrence Crawford fight Jamel Charlo, he gonna go fight somebody else that we don't know, we don't want to care, we don't want to hear about. That's the reason why that nigga don't sell. That's one of the reasons why. He don't fight nobody, and I'm sick of motherfuckers. He only fought Sean Porter and Earl Spence. The rest of them niggas, they was washed up, or nobody heard of these niggas. Fuck out of here, man. We not doing that shit no more. Not this morning about no motherfucking Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford don't sell, bro. And it's all his fault. Oh, he went 11 straight knockouts. He get to this fight. Oh, he just moving up. The guy looked bigger. First of all, we found out that Terrence Crawford was actually bigger than the dude in fight night. Terrence Crawford weighed 170-something pounds. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. What it was, if you watch the fight, Terrence Crawford got popped. But if this was probably 147 pounder, yeah, he probably have knocked him out. But this motherfucker 54 pounder, he a big dude. People want to give him a pass. I'm not giving Terrence Crawford no pass. Listen, I told y'all this shit wasn't going to sell. I told y'all that. And it's not because I didn't want it to sell or no shit like that. I told you it's not going to sell because he ain't fighting nobody. Nobody knew who the fuck this dude was. You had the media building this shit up. All on YouTube, mainstream media, building this fight up, and we still didn't know who the fuck this dude was. Listen, you can say what you want about Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero is trash. We know that. But before he fought Tank, we still knew who the fuck he was. It might have came a lot more because he ran his mouth a lot, but still, we knew who the fuck he was. This dude, we didn't know who the fuck he was. The press conference, when they was together, it was trash. Only reason the Errol Spence and the Terrence Crawford fight was even somewhat successful was because of Errol Spence fan base. And and the PBC promotes well. They don't overpay their fucking fighters if they ain't putting asses in the seats. They make them fighters put asses in the seats. The problem with these other promoters, they overpay these niggas, like Terrence Crawford over there, overpaying these niggas, and they don't go around and do their part of putting asses in the seats. Listen, I ain't got no problem with Terrence Crawford, not that type of open personality with people and shit like that, but he don't go to mingle with motherfuckers outside of boxing really like that. Errol Spence was doing that, nigga. He had the cowboy owner behind him, nigga. Jerry Jones still want Errol Spence to do a fight back in at the Dome down there in Texas. Niggas from Wisconsin, man. Nobody fucking know Terrence Crawford like that, man. Errol Spence, he got a following. He got a Jamaican background, so he can get the Jamaicans if he want to. He was raised in New York a little bit. I think is he from New York? Yeah, he's from New York. So he got a New York base that he could bring, and then now he really Texas like that, nigga. He a Texas boy, man. He got Texas behind him, and he's well known. Motherfuckers fuck with Earl. He a good dude. Listen, the difference between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is that Terrence Crawford is not liked. Nobody really likes this nigga. Personally, niggas don't really like him. I don't like him personally. As a boxer, I think he's great. Nobody likes Terrence Crawford personally. He comes off as some bougie Wisconsin nigga. Like, nigga, we don't even know who the fuck you are. This nigga sits out here, he tells, already got the urban community. I got the urban community. Like, nigga, we rock with you like that. We don't rock with you like that. Nigga, you ain't sell out Madison Square Garden or some shit. You ain't never been to New York. I don't remember you doing a fight in New York. You don't sell, nigga. Listen, people, it is 3 places you have to sell to be somebody in this boxing game. And I want to make this very, very clear to the Terrence Crawford fans and people that keep sitting there making excuses for this nigga. Okay? If you ain't selling out in New York, or you ain't selling out in LA, you damn sure can't sell out in Vegas. Okay? They are the 3 places. It's like stepping stones, nigga. You got to go and be able to sell in New York and California before you get fights in Las Vegas. And I told y'all, this nigga can sell out a little bit in Wisconsin. Anybody can sell out in their hometown. The fuck are we talking about here? Terrence Crawford can't sell, man. He just can't. And you know why he can't sell? Because he ain't fighting nobody, man. He ain't fighting nobody. That's why that shit flopped like that, man. It was no way in Listen, people, I knew this. Listen. Listen. They had all those people on them cards. All them fighters. A lot of them was good fighters. A lot of them was decent fighters. They kept building Terrence Crawford up so big that it even actually took away from some of the other fighters, man. And he wasn't fighting nobody. They was at least fighting some decent competition. He was not. How your main event gonna be trash? It was trash. Your main event fight is trash. But the rest of the lineup is good. Some of the fights decent. But your fight trash. Nah, man. Nigga can't sell, man. I don't want to hear no more about Terrence Crawford pound for pound. I'm not talking about skills, nigga. We all know he's on the elite level of skills. We ain't talking about that. Listen, when you supposed to be the pound for pound king, you supposed to be that motherfucking guy. You should be able to put asses in the seats. Terrence Crawford can't put no ass in the seat. That's why I don't understand why Norway, New Wave, whatever the fuck he is. Of course, he can sell in his own goddamn country. And that's like selling in L.A. if you from L.A. Nigga, it ain't no difference. Let's see him come over here and sell. No way. I don't give a fuck. He ain't fighting nobody either. I don't even know who he fighting. How the fuck is he in pound for pound? Top 5 pound for pound. Get the fuck out of here. Usyk, you don't even put heavyweights in the motherfucking pound for pound list. Now, is Usyk the best heavyweight right now? Yes, he's the best. He's better than everybody right now. He's the king. He's the guy. But no, man. He's a heavyweight. He can't be in the pound for pound list. So they already rigging that shit by putting him in there. How the fuck you don't have Tank Davis in your top 5? I don't want to see him down below. And I'm not trying to be biased because I'm a Tank fan. And he's from the city. It got nothing to do with that. The nigga put asses in the seats. He's exciting. He's a great fucking boxer. He's a power puncher. And somehow he's not in the top 5? Man, please, man. Who the dude? Bad, whatever. Fuck this little other dude name. I don't even have heard of this nigga. How the fuck he over Tank? Like, yo, come on, man. The niggas that even got over Tank shouldn't be over Tank. Listen, I can see you got, if you want to, I wouldn't be mad about this. I told you my pound for pound list. It's Tank Davis number 1, but I wouldn't be mad if people put Canelo still there. I ain't mad at that. Because he put asses in the seats. He's still exciting. And we know he got skills to pay the bills. Okay? I ain't mad at that. But him and Canelo should always be switching at this point. Terrence Crawford could be 3rd. I give him that. But he don't put asses in the seats. So I'm okay with 3rd. Now, number 4, I'm putting Beevil. I like Beevil. I think Beevil is pound for pound. He should be bigger than what he is. I think after this fight, I forgot the dude's name. He nice too. Whoever wins out of that, they definitely gonna get that fourth slot regardless, right? Maybe even go to 3. I think they'll go over Terrence Crawford because at least they fighting each other and they fighting somebody. Okay? So I got Beevil, and then I got the dude that Beevil is fighting. I got him 5. After that, you can put Boots, Shakur, you can do all that shit all you want. But that 5, no way, all them niggas, they should not be in there. The motherfucker can't sell outside of his country. He ain't fighting nobody. We don't know the niggas he fighting. We don't see his fights. This is why I don't even really fuck with the pound for pound list, because they be too biased and they don't really, it ain't no criteria really. That's why we talk about the face of boxing. That's what we count. We count the faces of boxing. And it's only 2. It's only 2. And one of their name is Canelo Alvarez, and the other nigga name is Gervonta Tank Davis. The rest of them niggas, it is what it is. Bud Crawford, all that bullshit. Talking all that shit. I'm looking for the big money fights. Yeah, how you gonna look for the big money fights when you can't put asses in the seats? A promoter will be out their damn mind ever this shit to continue to keep overpaying Bud Crawford. I tell you one motherfucking thing. Terrence Crawford, if he does fight Jamel, if he fight Jamel, I guarantee you the PBC won't allow, or Jamel and them won't allow that nigga to bamboozle them like they did Earl Spence. I bet you that shit won't happen again. That's why he talking that bullshit about the PBC. Because he knew that he bamboozled them. And even though he did all that bamboozling, PBC still made money. They had to promote the shit out of that fight because of Terrence Crawford fucked that money up. Terrence Crawford, he made a lot of money that last fight, right? He's supposed to have made way more. Earl Spence supposed to left that motherfucker with about, I think Earl probably got about 40 mil. Terrence Crawford got about 30 mil. Somewhere 30, 35 mil or some shit like that. The both of them niggas supposed to left with about $50 million a piece. That's how big that fight was supposed to be. Well, it was, until he fucked it up. Sick of niggas telling me about some fucking Bud Crawford. Nigga, that nigga fuck money up, man. It's like a nigga, you know he got skills. Right? Like, you know this nigga got a good, he can sell dope real good. But he do stupid shit to fuck the money up. He always overdo some shit. I want to say this on some real talk here. Because I don't want to hear this shit no more. Do not ever compare Bud Crawford resume to a Tank Davis or Canelo Alvarez or Floyd Mayweather. Shit, or to a Manny Pacquiao. I don't want to hear Bud Crawford he's not fighting nobody, people. He's not fighting nobody. He fought 2 great fighters. And they future Hall of Famers, and that is Earl Spence Jr. and Sean Porter. Excuse me. They are all only the people that he's fighting, that he has fought. The rest of them niggas was washed up, or you ain't never heard of them niggas. The one nigga he fought that got the belt off him, we all know, Horns, we all know he got, Manny Pacquiao got robbed. Listen, people, I'm going to be very, very honest about this. It would have been a more exciting fight, even though I'm not a big fan of Teofimo Lopez, right? And he need to shut the fuck up because Terence Crawford will whip his ass. Listen to me, people. If Terence Crawford would have fought Teofimo Lopez at 154 last Saturday, it would have been a more of an interesting fight. People probably would have tuned in more. The nigga he fought, nobody knew who the fuck he was, bro. The pay-per-views might have been bigger. They probably would have lost no money. It would probably have been a real big event. Nobody knew who the fuck this dude was, man. You know how motherfuckers didn't know who the fuck this dude was? Usually when them Europeans, fighters, and Hispanic fighters and Mexican fighters, you see a lot of them motherfuckers at these fights. You didn't see that from him. The dude that Terence Crawford fought, you didn't see that shit. I mean, you seen a little sprinkle here and there in the crowds, but it wasn't a whole bunch of these motherfuckers there, because nobody knew who the fuck he was. When Lomachenko, he fights in the United States, niggas know who he is. He still don't sell like that, but he got his fan base. Let me explain something to you. You know why? I'm gonna tell you something. You know why Tank he sells the way he does? On real talk. A part of it is because a lot of people come to see him lose. It's like the Floyd Mayweather effect. He has that shit. He has that it factor. And that's an it factor you have to have. Nobody, when Bud Crawford fight these dudes that are nobodies, everybody's betting on Bud. Because everybody like, yo, he gonna win this fight. It is no way. The only fight we thought that he wasn't supposed to win was the Earl Smith shit, and a lot of us all got fucked up. But that's where he's supposed to blew up after that fight. I said to y'all, Terence Crawford can't keep going around fighting nobodies down that nobody know. He better take this momentum and run with it. People, what I tell you that this nigga does every time, he fucks his own momentum up. He fucks his own star credibility up. His own star power. He fucks it up himself. Bud Crawford supposed to be as big as Gervonta Tank Davis. Or even bigger. I'm sick of niggas keep telling me about this nigga Terence Crawford, man. This motherfucker's wild and all right. Listen, hey man, listen. First of all, I think he still wouldn't have got the Canelo fight. He still wouldn't have. If he'd have destroyed this dude, Canelo was still not gonna give him a fight. I told y'all that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, you put this dude out here. Nobody knows this motherfucker. Yeah, he got a belt, but nobody knows who the fuck he was. Nobody knew who he was. And let's just be real, at the 147 pound, at the 154 pound weight class, it ain't a lot of niggas you do know. So who was he really gonna fight? If he was fucking smart, I'd have been like, look, come on, Jamel. I said I was gonna beat your boy ass, and then I was gonna come whip your ass. So what's up? I'm at 154 pounds. I'd have been calling out Jamel. But no, he go fight some. First of all, he was supposed to fight Frandor. But he talked too much. See, and this is why I tell you Bud is a bad businessman. This nigga, you ain't got to kiss ass, but you can't ruffle feathers the way he does with these promoters. Listen, you just got one of your biggest paydays ever in your whole career with the PBC. And this nigga decided to come out and start disrespecting the PBC, and then had a nerve to get on a podcast and say, oh no, this is a way more bigger fight than the Earl Spence fight. Really, nigga? Really? And then come to find out you lost the promotional company $10 million. This nigga be burning his, he's a bad businessman. You had the momentum. You whipped Earl Smith's ass. You got the momentum. Don't disrespect the BBC. You may not like everything. You ain't even disrespect Bob like that, and you was under contract with them. So show the same respect. You're going to want some more PBC fighters for your legacy. And you want the bag. You going to get a bag, bro, fucking with the PBC. We all know this. Other than this nigga for some odd reason. So, the nigga decides to disrespect the PBC. Then, you go fight somebody we don't know. Then you get with this dude from Saudi Arabia where I don't give a fuck what nobody say. The boxers don't really like this motherfucker. Especially the top boxers. Canelo and Tank. If them two niggas speak and they tell you about this motherfucker, Saudi little Turk nigga, whatever the fuck he is, if the two faces of boxing that makes the money tell you, man, only reason niggas going over there, Tank told you, only reason niggas going over there Saudi Arabia or fucking with this dude is because they can't make no money here. They can't sell here. And what happened? Was Tank wrong? Was Tank wrong? Canelo said, listen, I ain't got nothing against him personally, but you gotta watch how you talking to me. Basically saying, nigga, I'm one of the faces of boxing. I already made hundreds of millions of dollars, nigga. Fuck are you talking about? I don't need you. Canelo, like, I'm my biggest promoter. I get with promoters to help me out with the other shit, but I promote myself. I'm Canelo Alvarez, nigga. I don't need you to promote me. Anywhere I go, I sell. We not getting that fight because this Turk nigga, whatever the fuck his name is, he fucking that fight up. And I'm gonna say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Listen, Shakur, young brother, please do not be listening to Terrence Crawford and them, bro. Them niggas don't even sell, bro. That's probably why you don't sell, bro. Don't listen to this nigga, man. You know, listen. You know if you go over there with the PBC, do not listen to this nigga, Terrence Crawford. You know if you go over there to the PBC, you are going to get a big, big bag. I don't give a fuck what this Turk dude, whatever the fuck this Saudi Arabian dude talking about. He gonna give you a couple of $1 million, but it ain't gonna be what you gonna make with the PBC. I guarantee you that. You need to go over there. Listen, I don't have a problem with him not fighting Tank next, Shakur, but because he's in a weird situation and I get it. But listen, if he ain't fighting this dude that they talking about, this other champion dude, over there at the zone, if he doesn't fight him and he fights some other no name motherfuckers nobody give a fuck or care about, he's following behind the motherfucking Terrence Crawford playbook. And I'm telling you, that shit won't work. Shakur, you will be a great fighter, but nobody is going to say that you fought anybody. It's going to get to that. It's like that with Terrence. We know Terrence Crawford is great. He ain't fighting nobody. He ain't putting asses in. Listen, tell you something, people. It is 2 reasons why a motherfucker can't put asses in the seats. Number 1, because they ain't an exciting fighter, or their personality is trash. So we know Terrence Crawford is a very exciting fighter. So we can't say that. And the third thing, if they ain't fighting anybody. Did I say fighting anybody? Yeah, fighting anybody was the second. He ain't fighting nobody, people. Well, no, third. His personality is trash. And so that's the one of the real reasons why he ain't getting no, he ain't putting asses in the seats. And at the same goddamn time, he ain't fighting nobody. Nobody knows who these niggas he fighting. Or if he do fight, when Terrence Crawford was fighting Kell Brooks and all them niggas was washed up. Earl Smith already beat the shit out of him. Amir Khan already been punched punch drunk. If I ain't mistaken, I think then Canelo knocked his ass silly before Terrence Crawford fought him, I think. I could be wrong. Amir Khan been a joke. When Earl Smith fought what's the nigga name? God damn it. Forgot your name. With the bald head, got no damn eyebrows, from the Dominican Republic. I forgot your name. I apologize. It been a minute. Ugas. Yeah. When he fought Ugas, he was back. He had his tune-up fight. He should have been fighting. Terrence Crawford intentionally made that. When he seen that goddamn fight, he was like, oh, nah. I gotta get this nigga a layoff. Listen, I'm telling you, Terrence Crawford is a joke at this point. I'm not a fan of Terrence Crawford anymore because I'm sick of people telling me that this nigga is the pound for pound king, but he don't sell nothing. He's a bad business person. He has no personality. He doesn't sell. He don't fight anybody. And then he used all these crazy ass tactics to try to get all this money, and he ain't even worth it. His skills, yes. But you gotta have a total package with that shit to sell. Shout out to my brother Bell. Good morning to you too, bro. Appreciate that, high God. Like, yo, yeah, give me that. Yeah, man, listen, man. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it, because I try not to make no excuses for why Earl Smith got his ass whipped. I'm gonna make the excuse. Fuck it. I'm sick of this nigga Terrence Crawford. Listen, first of all, like I said, coming off that Ugas fight, he's supposed to have been fighting right after that. In the fall. Bud Crawford, on purpose, was asking for extreme money that he was not worth. He wasn't the A side. I don't give a fuck what he was talking about. I don't give a fuck what his record was. I don't give a fuck. He had one belt. Earl Smith ran through the fucking division and got all 3 of the belts, and he got 1. And then since he had got that 1, he only fought Sean Porter. And he fought, I I'm ready to leave the game. I'm on retirement. This is my retirement fight. Sean Porter. The motherfucker that Terrence Crawford for Sean Porter, that wasn't the same Sean Porter that fought Earl Spence. Fuck out of here. He was hungry. He really, really thought that he was going to fuck Earl up. That's the Sean Porter I'm talking about. Not that nigga in early retirement ready to go. His daddy telling him, man, you ain't ready for this fight. Then he was doing all this broadcasting shit. He was already doing all that shit. He was already setting up this retirement shit. Sean Porter wasn't the same, bro, after that Earl Spence fight. Because that was his last shot. And then somehow, some way, he got this shot with Terrence Crawford. So he ain't been fighting no fucking body, bro. Earl been going to war. Nigga been car accidents, surgeries, eye surgeries. He been going through all this shit. Terrence Crawford been sitting back, cherry picking, fighting nobodies. And then he see that Earl Spence beat the shit out of Ugas. All of a sudden, everybody like, all right, nigga, now it's time for the fight. No more excuses, Terrence. You ain't with the, you can't say, we can't say this cross the street shit no more. Let's make the fight happen. No, you know what he does? He goes in that bitch, he try to negotiate with no manager, no nothing, and go in there and demand extreme crazy money. And then he did it on purpose because he seen what Earl did to Ugas. Right? And now it's time for the fucking fight. So what do? He used tactics, going there, asking for crazy amount of money that he know that he ain't even worth. So what he does? Nah. Because you know when you with the PBC, the most they'll give you if you one of those fighters, right? Regardless, like, even though Terrence ain't sell like that, they was going to give Terrence Crawford up front $5 to $7 million. He turned that down. You wasn't supposed to get what Earl get. If Earl getting 10 to 15, that's what Earl get because he got 3 of the belts. He put asses in the seats. He been fighting motherfuckers. You ain't been fighting nobody. And ain't putting asses in the seats. But he think he's bigger than what he was. But like I say, he intentionally did what he did, going over at the PBC, overpricing himself. Because he seen what Earl did to Ugas. So he went in that bitch talking, asking for $10 million up front. For what? You ain't this shit. Earl out this bitch doing 300,000, 400,000 pay-per-views. You over there, bitch, doing 50,000 to 100,000, 150,000. That ain't shit. But you want 10 million? For what? You ain't even fought out of Wisconsin, nigga. What the fuck are we talking about here? But he did it on purpose. So the shit lingered for a whole year and a half. A whole year and a half. So Earl just sitting around, not taking tune-up fights. I don't know why he don't do that. That shit irritates the shit out of me about Earl. He let Terrence Crawford do a tune-up fight in the fall, and he don't do nothing. Nigga, Earl, you didn't see that he was stalling you out, nigga? He was intentionally wanting to make sure you was rusty. He knew, too, that you said, listen, making 147, I can't keep making this shit. So he already knew that it was hard for you to make 147. Then he tried to do some psychology shit on the media, talking about Terrence. Oh, I really can't make 147 either. So, you know, this might be my last fight. Now all of a sudden you saying that. This was the shit that this nigga was doing for a whole year and a half. Then he said, oh, I had to go around the PBC and talk to Earl personally. Nigga, please, nigga. Nigga, please. What you did, you wanted to go around the PBC, the people that's supposed to do the business for him, and you knew that Earl got pulled like that over the PBC, and you went to Earl and bamboozled Earl out of more money. You stole them out, nigga. And then Earl, no disrespect to Earl, I still love you, Earl. Your dumb ass played right into his hand. Then the fight come. I looked at Earl Spence at the weigh-in. I said, man, Earl don't look right, man. I ain't like how Earl, all his chest and all that shit. I didn't like none of that shit. He usually be cut. Then even on fight night, Earl was coming. I said, Earl don't look right, man. Earl don't look right at all, man. I appreciate that, High God. Yo. And then mind you, people, I ain't never speak on this shit because I never wanted to make excuses for Earl getting his ass whipped, and I wanted to give Terrence Crawford his props. But now, man, fuck that shit, man. Earl wasn't right, nigga. Because he was supposed to fight Terrence Crawford. When Terrence Crawford did that tune-up fight against Ebenezer or whatever the fuck, nobody knows who he is. Another goddamn fighter. Now, that's when Terrence and Earl was supposed to be fighting. Then mind you, then what happened? This is what fucked the fight up even more. Right? So y'all want to be real about it, right? With your Terrence Crawford the fan base kissing his ass. He fucked the fight up even more because then look what happened. Tank say, oh, y'all ain't going to fight? Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and fight in February. Get me a tune-up. And then me and Ryan, we going to fight in April. Before Terrence Crawford and fucking Earl Spence fight. So, in reality, Tank and Ryan took the air out of the Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. But like I said, Terrence Crawford did that shit on purpose. Then he tried to add his last fight talking about, this is bigger, this feels bigger than the Earl Spence fight. Yeah, all right, nigga. Yeah, all right. We came to find out that them promoters, whoever was over there promoting, lost $10 million fucking with you. Just like when you was over there with Bob Erm, made him lose all that goddamn money. Overpaying your goofy ass. I'm sick of this nigga, Terrence Crawford, man. Want to blame everybody else but his own self. Nigga, take accountability for what you do. I'm going to say this again, people. I'm not over here to question, and to the Terrence Crawford fan, I am not sitting over here questioning this man's boxing skills. He is a great. He is that guy. But he don't sell. He is overrated. And listen, niggas get mad at me. LeBron James fans get mad at me. When I say LeBron James is overrated. It's the same thing with Terrence Crawford. These niggas is great. But they just ain't got that it. They ain't got that it, bro. LeBron don't got that it, bro. It's the media hype that nigga up. He ain't got the it factor, bro. He just doesn't. Sorry, I love LeBron. As a person, I personally actually love LeBron. As a basketball player, no. He's overrated. And we gonna have to start looking at Terrence Crawford like that. Terrence Crawford is overrated. He's overrated. I'm sick of this shit. Come back. Talking that shit. Oh, this fight is bigger than the Earl Smith fight. Then we come find out, nigga, 10 million? You lost 10 million? Listen, people, we ain't talking about Terrence Crawford's skills. We know his skills is elite. We know he one of the greats. But he overrated. He don't sell. He don't put asses in the seats. He intentionally fuck bags up. Even for the fighters that he's fighting, he fucks the bag up. You know how much this motherfucker talking about that fight that he just fought was bigger than the motherfucker Earl Smith fight. You know how much money this nigga made up front? $2 point something million. PBC said, hey, we give you 5 point something million to 7 point something million, and he turned that down. Oh, you fucking kidding me? But that fight was bigger. The PBC trash. They did some fuck shit to you. They offered you 5 point million to 7 point million. And Sheik, whatever the fuck his name is, just gave you 2 point something million. So you probably only made, after you got some of the back end money or whatever, maybe, because you lost them $10 million. What you might have got out of that last fight. What about? 5 million? You bamboozle that other network and shit. They say they gave you 10 million. I highly doubt that, because that's probably why they lost money. That 10 million they gave you, because they lost 10 million fucking with Terrence Crawford. And it probably was with that upfront $10 million that he got, because he didn't get no back end money because the shit didn't sell. But you go to PBC, they give you $5 million, the $7 million upfront offer, and said you're gonna get a big back end. So you was gonna see, regardless, of probably about 30 million maybe, because the fight was gonna be big. But you fucked that up. So you got the upfront money that you want. I think Terrence Crawford got upfront probably about 10 million. Right? Because that's what he wanted. So they gave him the 10 million. Earl got about 15 to 20. Earl actually gave him some of his money that Earl Smith's been putting in work for all these years. And this nigga ain't been fighting nobody, but he won 10 million. He won some of your money that he ain't put in no work. You got 3 of the belts, but he won 10 million. Fuck out of here. You sell 300 and some pay-per-views, 300 and some thousand pay-per-views by yourself in the Ugas fight. But this nigga just did a fight at the U and got 10 million. Your last fight with Ugas, motherfucking Earl Smith made about $20 million. What the fuck are we talking about here? But this nigga come in asking for money. Like he really sell like that. Man, all right, man. Y'all Bud Crawford fans, y'all need to stop, bro. Y'all got to stop this shit. Listen, at the end of the day, this is business too. Little LB keep telling you niggas, and you niggas keep ignoring that shit. This shit is a business too. And niggas can't keep overpricing themselves. It was like Coach Calvin told Shakur, nigga, y'all can't overprice yourselves. All right, yeah, Tank is worth that. You niggas not worth that. You're going to get what he give you. Listen, you're going to get what you're worth up front. That just is what it is. On the back end, that's where you're going to see your money. But that comes to where you got to help your motherfucking selves to get the money that you want to get to promote the damn fight. That's all the PBC be asking these niggas to do. It ain't nothing crazy. Listen, the PBC or any of these promotional companies, right? They can they gonna do all the shit to help promote that fight. But at the end of the day, the fighter gotta know how to promote a fight. They gotta put that extra oomph in it. It's part of their job. I'm sorry. I don't care if the fans don't like that shit. Your favorite fighter has to help promote the damn fight. They have to do that last little oomph. They can't go around burning bridges. If you ain't Tank Davis or Canelo Alvarez, you can't go around burning bridges. Shit, if you ain't Earl Spence, you can't go around burning bridges. The rest of these fighters, they cannot do that. They're not on that level yet. It's one thing that you got the talent in the ring. It's another thing how you promote yourself outside of your promotional company, how you promote yourself outside of the ring, outside of your promotional company. That's a part of your job too. Everybody want to give Floyd Mayweather all his props for Tank. Yes, we're going to give Floyd his props. I'm not taking nothing away from Floyd. I don't like him personally, but I'm not taking away from the man business attributes and his IQ of this shit. Right? But a lot of people thought once Tank left Floyd, he wasn't going to be nobody. He wasn't going to have that same push. You niggas was wrong. Because you know why? Because when Tank get in that ring, he's exciting, nigga. And you know, even though Floyd was promoting the shit out of Tank, you know that Tank, when he outside his promotion with Floyd and all that, he was out there mingling with them rappers, them superstars, them entertainers, them athletes. They knew who Tank was. That was because of his relationships that he was going out and he was partying with them niggas or just hanging out with them or running into them in the same spaces. Terrence Crawford doesn't do that. And I'm not mad at him, but you got to find some type of lane, bro, to help promote yourself without your promoters. Sorry. That's a part of the business, bro. Earl Spence ain't the most out there type dude like that. But nigga, he fucking with Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones love him some fucking Earl Spence, nigga. I guarantee you this. If Earl wanted to, for his last says hurrah fight, he called Jerry Jones. Hey, Jerry, I want to get this last fight in, this big payday. Can you help us promote it? Can we use your stadium? I guarantee you Jerry Jones be like, yeah, I got you. I got you, Earl. You like my grandson or some shit. You understand what I'm saying here? Terrence Crawford don't got that. Because he done burnt all the bridges. Now he fucking with this Saudi Arabia dude. And after a while, that shit, that Saudi Arabia going to do looking like this. I just lost $10 million, man. Bob Earl been telling niggas that, but now he see it, he like, man. And now let me just say this to the Turk dude, whatever he is, right? Saudi Arabia dude. Listen, you better make Terrence Crawford fight somebody, bro. Because if you don't, you going to lose another $10 million fucking with Terrence Crawford. He got to fight somebody, bro. Listen, if Terrence Crawford wanted to look at this as a tune-up fight at 154, this shit shouldn't have been this big. It should have been a decent card. You get what I mean? More of a low profile. Maybe, listen, take that shit to New York or something. Don't put that shit in a big stadium in LA or a big stadium in New York or something. Just get something intimate to where, you know, you can charge like real good prices, decent prices to people to come, get the stars to come out. I mean, I get it. Promote it. It shouldn't have been this big. The promotion was great. It's that nigga fighting nobody. That's what fucked the fight up. That fucked the whole promotion up. He fighting nobody. They had to over-promote this shit. Let me tell you how bad this shit flopped. Because you had so many different promoters involved in this shit. You had to do Saudi Arabia, he did his thing, right? Then you had Eddie Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy, The Zone, right? Then you had Matrimony or whatever, right? Then you had Bob Earl, right? And you had the PBC. All the promotion companies was together in this one event. And that shit still flopped. They all was a part of this shit. And that shit still flopped. You had all the promotion companies in boxing. And you still flopped? All right, man. Stop telling me this nigga can sell. He can't. It ain't the promotional companies, bro. It's Terrence Crawford. Fighting nobodies. That's how bad this shit is. Be like, why you so upset? Because I'm sick of niggas telling me what I do know about this boxing shit. And motherfuckers keep it's the promotional companies, bro. And every time I tell people, I say, it's because he ain't fighting nobody we know. You know what I'd have did? If I'm Terrence, I'm like, listen, Danny, I know you want to move up to 160 and fight. I forgot your name. That everybody think he beat this 40-year-old man. He 40 something now. That beat Canelo. Everybody think he beat Canelo. I know you want that belt, but we can fight for a belt right here at 154. Right? Me and you fight. We fighting to fight the dude that got the belt. That would, listen, if he'd have fought Danny Garcia, it would have been a big fight. He fought a dude with a belt nobody knew, bro. Nobody knew this motherfucker. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm telling y'all gotta stop making excuses for this nigga. Terrence Crawford, he not that dude, man. Let's go to a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. All right, people, we back from a quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real, Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel. It's down there strolling below the screen, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building, people. And if you can, people, make sure that you share the videos. It keeps the movement pushing over here. All right? Let's see what we got here. Hi, God. It says the only thing I do not like about the PBC is how inactive their fighters are. Listen, yeah, but you know what? I agree in a way, hi God. I agree. But at least they're fighting somebody. At least they're over there trying to make good fights. We may not see them as much, but they are fighting somebody. You can see if Terrence Crawford fight twice a year and he ain't fighting nobody, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck really cares? Shit, Terrence Crawford was over at the PB, over there with Bob Ehrman. He was only fighting once a year. And then every time he would fight was nobody's. I'd rather take a fight that a motherfucker, if they fight once a year, and they fighting somebody once a year. He's over there fighting twice a year when he was a little younger, and he was fighting nobodies. And then even when he got older, he would fight somebody. They was washed up fighters, or you didn't know who the fuck they were. So, like, I get what you said. I actually partly agree with you. I don't like that these niggas, listen, when you are in your, when you 25 and down, right? I'm talking about age range, right? You should be fighting 3 times a year, right? 26 and up, you should be fighting twice a year. Twice a year. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck who it is. Canelo fights twice a year. This is the second time get ready to fight. He got his days. He fights twice a year. I think he did take a long stint when he lost the Beaver. I think did he take a year off? He might have took a year off. But I understand that if you lose. But Canelo been fighting twice a year. He ain't been fighting like once a year and no shit like that. Canelo, listen, man, that's why I love Canelo. That's why I love Tank. Tank usually fights twice a year. He got in a little trouble and shit with the court shit, you know, the law shit. He had to go to jail and all that shit. So that's why he was off for so long. But before then, Tank was fighting twice a year. And which is right. Is he, at the time, what, 27, 28 years old? Or 28, 29, something like that? Yeah, like, you gotta fight twice a year after when you turn 26, you gotta fight twice a year. You gotta slow down. You can't be fighting 3 times a year. You can't do that. And then even if you ain't 26, if you are fighting elite fighters at 25, 26, something like that, 25, anything below 25, if you fighting elite fighters and you up there like that, you still gotta calm down on your fights, because you fighting elite fighters. So you can't be out there fighting 3 elite fighters a year. You can fuck around, crash out, and burn out. But I get what you're saying though, Hot God, though. I'm with you on that. I'm partly with you on that. But a lot of times, like I said, they're fighting elite fighters. They're fighting guys that you know, and they're fighting somebody. So I know that you want them to fight more, but like I said, when you're fighting elite fighters and you're fighting good fighters, you can't keep fighting these niggas like that a year. Can't be fighting all those times like that, because you go to war with some of these motherfuckers. You're going to go to war with an elite fighter, right? Unless motherfuckers, you just so much better than them, you outclass them, and the motherfucker might be a little of a hype job, maybe, right? Because I think that's how people looked at the Earl Spence fight in Terrence Crawford. They was like, oh, this nigga ain't even on Terrence Crawford level. Yeah, he was. I told y'all why, whatever happened. I gave y'all the reasons of why Earl looked at the way he looked. And he has some physical issues and shit. I'm telling y'all, that wasn't. Come on, man. If you an Earl Smith fan, you watch Earl. You know damn well Terrence Crawford, it wasn't supposed to do that to him. You know Earl Smith's got a motherfucking chin. Okay? When Ugas rocked him, and Ugas can hit, nigga. He ain't no pushover like that. That dude can hit. I'm telling y'all, man. Shout out to High Guard again. It's hard to build a megastar, guys. Fight once a year. Well, but you know what? Bring me back to my point. I'm glad you said that. That's Terrence Crawford. And maybe that's probably why Terrence Crawford, that's another part of the reason why he ain't a mega star. This nigga for the last couple of years been only fighting once a year. And then when he does fight twice a year, right? He's fighting nobodies. He's fighting nobodies. That's all I'm saying. Like, yo, there's so many things about Terrence Crawford, the reason why he doesn't sell, that people just overlook. And, High God, that's one of the reasons, I'm glad you brought that point up. That's one of the reasons why. This nigga fight once a year, and then if he does fight once a year or twice a year, he's fighting nobodies. You can't, listen, I don't give a fuck if you fight twice a year and you ain't fighting nobody. You can fight 3-4 times a year. You ain't fighting nobody. Nobody give a fuck about that fight. Them fights. When you young, coming up in your career, you get to fight 3, 4, 5 times a year fighting nobodies because you moving up. It's okay. But nigga, when you get 26, you like entering your prime. At that point, you kind of figured out who you are as a boxer. You then grew into your man body. Right? So, Terrence Crawford ain't been fighting nobody, yo. I'm just being honest. Oh, if he did fight somebody, they was already washed up. Them niggas that he was fighting, he should have fought them niggas in the beginning of his career. But he got to these niggas in their late careers when they was already punk drunk and shit like that, and they was already got beat down, and man, these niggas was, come on, or they was on their way out the door. Like, man, come on, man. Nobody want to see that shit. The crazy part about even the Sean Porter fight, we didn't know how bad it was in his camp with him and his dad. His dad was, listen, let me give you the real backstory of why Sean Porter's dad was mad at him and kept saying the shit that he was saying. You ain't focused. You ain't doing the shit that you usually do in training camp. It's because Sean Porter was already like, he was doing all this commentary shit. He was already out there calling boxing matches and shit and not putting in the work. Usually Sean Porter putting that work. But he was spending way more time calling matches. Less time in training camp. That's why Sean Porter's dad was getting in his ass. That's why he was mad. That's why he threw in the towel. It's like, this nigga ain't even focused, man. And that's who Terrence Crawford fought. Fuck out of here, man. I keep telling y'all, the nigga that is ahead of the curve right now is Tank. He's watching all these niggas. He's watching all of them. That's why Tank said, I only got 6 more fights. Tank probably only got 3 more years, bro. Maybe that. Because it put a little monkey wrench in his shit right now. And I think the other boxing promoters and shit is putting, you know, they trying to fuck Tank movement up. I honestly, genuinely believe that. But, because all of a sudden Shakur, you know, no. He called out Lomachenko. Lomachenko, he want to do it. But then, it's almost like the Earl Spence shit. It's almost like, all right, Tank was off for a long period of time. He come back and he fucked Frank up. And he wasn't even fully tanked yet. Like, he been off for 14 months. He ain't even fully tanked. And he knocked out Frank Martin. Lomachenko looked at that shit like, nah. No. Nigga, I gotta spend more time with my family. But we see this nigga at this bullshit ass event on Saturday. But he need time with his family. Where was his family at? We just seen Lomachenko. And I guess bodyguards or whatever. Man, please, man. Lomachenko full of shit. He got scared. Because like I told you, it was the same shit with Terrence Crawford when he seen Earl Spence knock out Ugas. It's the same shit. They thought Tank was going to come in that bitch and be so off because he been off for 14 months. It was the same shit with Earl. And what this nigga do? What Lomachenko do? Nah, I got to spend more time with my family. Yeah, all right. But you kept telling everybody Tank was scared to fight you. Fuck out of here. You're a world champion. And you talking about, I'm going to take the rest of the year off. Yeah, all right. Let me tell y'all something. Don't be surprised that Lomachenko fight at the end of this year. Don't be surprised. And then Shakur, I'm so disappointed in him because you talked all that bullshit you talked. You're a free agent. And you talked all that bullshit. Tank, just give me the fight. Give me the fight. Send me the contract. Then nigga, when the contract is coming, now you over here doing whatever you doing over here with this Turk dude. Fucking with all these other promoters. Nigga, go over there to PBC. You want the fight. This is going to be your biggest payday. This is going to be the biggest payday you ever make in your life. Win or lose. And nigga, you got a chance to dethrone one of the faces of boxing, but you telling me about a Cepeda fight. Yeah, all right, nigga. You don't really want to fight, bro. You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight, nigga. I told y'all niggas, every time Tank don't have a fight, these niggas don't talk no more. But when Tank got obligations, he got shit going on, or they got a fight already going on, Tank. They mention his name all the time. Tank. But if Tank ain't got no fight, they ain't got no fight, you don't hear nothing. Shakur did all that motherfucking bullshit, and he nigga. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. I'm just going to tell Shakur this. See, don't do a Terrence Crawford if you're trying to get that fight with Tank. If they offer you $5 million, take that shit up front. The fight is going to be so big. That back pay and you get some of the revenue from the concession stands and all that shit from the, you know what I mean? Nigga, you go probably see another 20 million. And no, Shakur, you're not Ryan Garcia. You don't have his fan base. Sorry to tell you. Fuck out of here with that. You're a black fighter. Right? Everybody said, well, it was a black fighter. Black fighters fighting black fighters. You don't even have Tank fan base. And y'all got somewhat of a similar fan base. But you don't got more of the Tank fan base. Nowhere near it. So you can't go in there overpricing yourself. Take the $5 million up front. Tell them, listen, I want all the other shit. I want some of that percentage in the back, you know what I mean, the back deal. I want some of that. And go and promote the shit out of that fight. Promote the shit out of it. You talk a lot of shit on Twitter and these podcasts. Nigga, we need you to do that at them press conferences. Tell motherfucker, I'm going to fuck Tank up. We need you to do that. Listen, show Tank his respect, but don't show him that much respect of like, hey, nigga, you can't fuck with me. And I'm going to prove to you that you can't fuck with me. This is going to be the biggest fight in boxing in the last 10 years. I mean, you got to go out there and promote that shit. Because regardless of what you think, Shakur, you may think your skill level is the same as Tank, but you ain't the A side. You are the B side. You are going to be the underdog. I don't give a fuck with the, you know, the gambling shit, all that shit be. I don't care about that. In reality, nigga, you are the underdog. So use that to your advantage if you're going to promote this fight. Like, you can't just depend on the PBC just to promote this fight. You have to promote this fight. Tank going to promote the fight. He going to promote the shit out of it. Because you know why? Because Tank a businessman. So he know how to promote his shit. That's why when niggas was talking all that bullshit, oh, Tank only sold 150,000 to 200,000 pay-per-views. Come to find out, Tank sold about 400,000 to 500,000. And that was because of him. And Frank Martin ain't have the name like that. Shakur, you don't really have the name like that. Your name is a little bigger than Frank's. I'm going to give you that. It's not that much, though. Because you don't sell. But you better promote the shit out of this fight. If you was going to do the fight with Tank, you better promote the shit out of that. That's on you to do it. That's why, listen, I don't like Rolly. Rolly's promoted the shit out of that fight. He promoted the shit out of that. Niggas really thought that Rolly was good. It's like, really? Because that's what he did. That he convinced people. And then he went in there, he performed okay. Shout out to Hot God. Hot God say, who's your top 3 pound for pound boxers today? I said this shit earlier, but I said it again. Listen, I got Tank number 1. And then I got Canelo number 2. And then you can put Bud Crawford there. And the only reason I put Bud there because of his skills. And the rest of them niggas don't sell like, they don't sell like that either. So I can't be mad at that. I can't put Earl up there because Earl lost to Terrence. So I'm not going to disrespect Terrence Crawford like that. That's real talk. I'm not going to disrespect Earl like that. I mean, disrespect Terrence like that. Terrence beat him. So, yeah, he number 3. I don't put any heavyweights in my top pound for pound. They don't supposed to be there. And listen, and the reason for that is the reason I put heavyweights there, because if you look at all the heavyweights, they all at different weights when they fight each other. They're never all at the same weight. They don't even have a weight class, really. I think once you get past, I think it's 200 and something, or 200 something pounds. Once you get past that, like, you can come in there about 400 pounds if you want to. 300 pounds. 375, like 200 and something. And fight a dude, you got a dude fighting that, a heavyweight that's 220, fighting a dude that's 300 and something pounds. They don't have a weight class. So I don't put them dudes in a pound for pound. They can't be there. For me, I can't put them there. But yeah, a high guard, that's my top three. And it's a criteria that, for me, a reason I make them pound for pound. Because number one, the criteria is putting asses in the seats. And the only way you put asses in the seats, if you are an exciting fighter in the ring. And you can know how to promote a fucking fight. Outside of your promoters. So, I mean, I got a whole bunch of other criteria, but they're my main three. Tank does that. Canelo does all three of those things. And Crawford doesn't do one of those things. Well, two of those things. He's not an exciting fighter. No, I don't say that. No, he's an exciting fighter. But the reasons that why he doesn't sell is because he disrespects his fan base. That's number one. Number two, he's a bad businessman because he overprices himself. Number three is because he don't be fighting anybody. You're not interested in, I wasn't interested in watching him fight well, pay my money. I put it this way. I wasn't interested in no. Listen. This is the great thing about boxing right now, to me. I don't have to be a fan of yours, right? But if you're fighting somebody, I'm going to pay for your motherfucking pay-per-view. Might not be the biggest fan of you, but I'm going to buy your fight. But if you ain't fighting nobody, I'm not buying that shit. I will bootleg the shit out of it. I'm not buying no bullshit fight where I already know you gonna win. No, I'm not doing that. That's the beauty about what boxing, where it is right now. Nigga, we got a choice. We'll bootleg that shit. It's like us not paying for the fight anyway. So at this point, it put the power back into the fan base of like, nigga, yeah, we'll watch your fight, but we ain't paying that shit. But if you gonna put on good fights, you gonna fight somebody, nigga, I will pay that. Because I respect you because you fighting somebody. It's a respect level with the fans. Terrence Crawford doesn't have that. He disrespects the fan base. He want this this acceptance from white America. Go ahead, bro. Look how that's working out for you. You have to appreciate your fan base and always appreciate your fan base. Anybody else that comes to be fans of yours, it's great. You acknowledge them, you appreciate them, and you show love to them. But you don't go crazy out of your way to disrespect your fan base that got you where you were to get to that. To get to other fan bases, the white America, Europeans fan base, you can say, all right? Like, you can't do that. And that's what Terrence Crawford does. Come on, bro. Why are you coming in here with that bullshit? I am not this crazy Earl Spence fan. Why is that the first thing that you niggas go to when I'm speaking truth? Why you always gotta go to trying to insult people, man? You never take a look at the motherfucker that you are a fan of. And never look at to what I'm saying. Ain't got nothing to do with hate. I don't hate Terrence Crawford. I don't hate nobody. Number one, I don't hate nobody personally. No hate nobody personally. But number two, why you can't take what I'm saying and actually listen to what I'm saying or the truth of what I'm saying and be like, all right, he kind of right about that. Why you always got to go to straight thing because I'm saying some shit about your favorite fighter, right? And you go straight to insulting me. I don't understand that, bro. I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't. First of all, it's not funny. Because I'm not no homosexual. That's number one. I don't play that homosexual shit. I wouldn't call you a homosexual because you this big fan of Terrence Crawford. So I wouldn't call you a homosexual. That's number one. Right? So then number two is you said some shit like what I miss with disrespect his fans. Listen, go back and Google, nigga. Since you niggas so much of Terrence Crawford fans, go back and hear an interview that he did on the podcast. That he said, I'm not really worrying about my fan base. They gonna be there. Like no respect for them. They got him there. You as fan base as well. You got him there. They gonna always be there. No, they not. Now if you ain't putting on good fights. I'm trying to reach the masses. I'm gonna tell you something that niggas don't. I'm gonna prove this point to you real quick. Gervonta Tank Davis and Canelo Alvarez, they got a fan base. They never disrespect their fan base. But they're bigger outside of their fan base. They got more of a fan base that come and fuck with them. But they never disrespects their fan base. Oh, they gonna be there. It's almost like saying, I do what the fuck I want, fuck that fan base. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to hear what my fan base talking about because they gonna be there regardless. You don't say that to your fan base, bro. You don't do that, man. You don't do that. And because you're a Terrence Crawford fan and whatever you on with that shit. It's a lot of people that, listen, I'm a fan of Terrence Crawford. Right? But you can't tell me, nigga, I'm going to always be there. No, I won't. If you ain't fighting nobody, bro. You ain't fighting nobody. You can't disrespect me like that, nigga. Like I'm going to spend my money on you. No, bro. I work hard for my money, nigga. I wasn't paying no motherfucking $80 to watch Terrence Crawford fight nobody last Saturday. I was not doing it. Sorry. Man, you can keep saying all that shit. You ain't listening to what I'm saying, bro. You can love somebody, or you can be a fan of somebody a lot, bro. But if they do some shit that's foul and fucked up, yo, you gotta call that shit out. You can't keep giving people passes because you like somebody. It's like a family member I have, nigga. I love a family member. If they doing fucked up foul shit and saying foul shit, I'm supposed to ignore that because they my blood? No. I'm supposed to check they ass because it's wrong. You motherfuckers don't understand. You just keep sitting there, oh, everybody wrong. I'm saying some fucked up shit about Terrence Crawford. That's not true. I'm giving you facts of what the man said and what he been doing. And why he ain't as big as he's supposed to be. These are facts. You can sit there and be mad all you want. Sit there and keep dick riding this dude the whole time and just ignore. It's like you sitting there. You ignore a dude. You love dude so much you ignore all their flaws. They doing fuck shit. You just ignore it though. I'm a fan though. Listen, where I come from, we call shit out. I don't know what the rest of some of you niggas do. All I'm saying, where I come from, we love niggas. We love them. But if niggas doing foul shit, we call that shit out. Because let me tell you something where I come from, where I know. Right? If a nigga doing foul shit and they your man, doing that shit to other people, you don't think that they'll do that shit to you? After a while, you be like, this nigga's capable of doing this shit to me. Come on, bro. This is just common sense here. We just playing these stupid games. Let's go to a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. All right, people, we back from quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real, Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel. It's down there scrolling below the screen. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building. Make sure you guys share the videos, man. That keeps the movement over here pushing. Listen, this is what I'm going to do then. Since a lot of motherfuckers got so much to say. Listen, I'm going to do this, right? I rarely do this, right? It's been a minute since I did it, right? Like that, right? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to let y'all call in. And I'm going to let y'all get y'all respecters out here. Okay? So that's what we going to do. All right. I'm trying to figure out how I should do this though. Should I do it over the phone, or should I just do it with the StreamYards? Which y'all want better? What's better for y'all to call in? Y'all want to do it over the phone, or y'all want me to send y'all a link to the StreamYards? Because I can do either one. Let me know in the chat. I'll let y'all call in. We can debate it. Because I don't want to keep arguing with niggas. I don't. The one thing I don't like doing, I don't like keep arguing with niggas in the chat. Because it actually is a waste of my time. Because I'm only getting parts of what you saying. And you hearing what you hearing from me. And my tone might be a certain type of fucking way. And then you may take offense to shit. So let's talk about it. I rarely do this. I do it, but I don't do it. You know what I mean? It's been a minute since I did it. But go ahead. What y'all want? Shout out to my brother talking in the building. Y'all want me to give y'all the number to call in, or do y'all want me to send y'all the make sure you guys go to my brother talking in Grubbin Media YouTube channel, people. He does the sports over there. Make sure you guys go over there and do that. He got the merch over there as well, people. He does merch. But yeah. Like I said, you say I ain't making sense. what do you want to do? Y'all want to call in? Or do you want me to send y'all the link to get in here? Do StreamYards. It's up to y'all. I'm giving y'all the choice today. I'm actually being real nice today. Usually I wouldn't give a fuck, but I'm giving y'all the opportunity to come in and tell me what your point of view is. Cause I don't really like doing the chat shit, cause I shout niggas out in the chat. That's maybe my thing. I like to shout people out in the chat. But if you got something to fucking say, I like for y'all motherfuckers to say that shit to me. So what y'all want? There's one thing talk about that shit in the chat. There's another thing having that conversation with me so we can really have a conversation. So what y'all want? Do y'all want... Come on, man. Come on, man. What y'all want? If not, I'm going to end the live stream. I got other shit I need to talk about as well. Come on, man. Let me know. All that shit talking in the chat and shit, now ain't nobody saying nothing. All right, man. I'm ready in this live stream. I got other shit I can talk about, man. I'll do another live stream. I'll talk about something else, man. All right. We gonna get on out of here, man. Motherfuckers talk all that shit in the chat, but then when I say let's call in, you know, niggas ain't really with it. So we leave it as that. Make sure you guys leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boys, your boy Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world.